Hey guys, welcome back once again to Niagara Fire Corals. Today we're going to be doing some aquascaping. This is episode 2 on the 20-gallon JBJ Nano tank. Make sure you stick around, see how this aquascape comes together. Okay guys, before we get going on the actual aquascape itself, I'm just going to go over a few tools that we're going to be needing in order to make this aquascape come together. So the first thing that we're going to be needing is some rock. I started out with some Marco rock, big chunks, anything will work. So we need some rock to start out with, and we're going to be breaking this up with the use of a chisel and hammer. Now this is a chisel and a 3-pound hammer. Now any hammer would work, and you don't necessarily have to have a chisel. A large screwdriver will work all the same. Marco rock is fairly easy to break up, but you're going to need something to break this rock up into smaller chunks. Okay guys, so if you remember, we started out with large chunks of rock like this. This is again Marco rock, and once you use that hammer and chisel, you're gonna end up with some smaller chunks, something like this, and this is what we're looking for in order to build our aquascape. Okay, so in the process of breaking up these Marco rocks into these smaller pieces, you're going to end up with a lot of very small rubble and sand, something like what you see here. This stuff here, don't clean it up and throw it in the garbage. We are going to be utilizing this for making our joints in the aquascape while we're gluing it together. So make sure you keep all the rubble and all the little powder that you get when you're breaking your Marco rocks apart, because we're going to be using it later on in this project. Alright, moving on to the next thing would be some super glue. These are the Gorilla Super Glue gel, and the blue one on the left you see there, I thought it was the one that is very similar to water. Ideally that is what you want, not the gel. I unfortunately ordered the wrong one, but these work just as well. So you're going to need that super glue to go along with this project, and last but not least, you're going to need a lot of rubber gloves. So make sure that you have a lot of them on hand. 1 or 2 pair is not going to do it for you. Make sure you have several pair, because the tips of the gloves become very solid on you very quickly. Okay, so with all that aside, that's everything we're going to need. Let's move on and start aquascaping. Alright guys, so the method I'm using here to glue these rocks together, you can see I already glued these two by this small one on top. Now I'm still going to fill these gaps in the back here, but you can see where I filled it kind of around the front. And what we're doing is you're just taking your super glue. Now unfortunately I ordered the wrong super glue, so I'm making do with what I got. So I'm using the gel. I thought the other stuff I had ordered was the liquid, and it is not. So shame on me for not, reading what I was buying a little better. But this stuff works anyways, because I have tried it to make sure. So you just kind of put a layer of, sorry about the dog guys, somebody's coming home. You just put a layer of glue and then a layer of this powder from when we broke the rock up. And you just do that a few times. You want to fill these gaps in, and you'll know if you get it right, because the area that you're working on, it'll get quite hot and you'll actually see it smoke. So we're just getting some glue into this gap back here. Gonna make sure we get, I want to really make sure that this first rock here is really well bonded, because this is where all the weight of the joint is going to be. And the way we're doing it, the joint is virtually invisible. Now you can see where I just filled in most of that back portion there, and that is like very solid. I'm just going to do this last little spot here, and then we can move on to the next piece. Put in your glue, put in some sand. Just keep doing that. I'm gonna put one more layer in there. Like I said, I want to make sure that this is well bonded, this very first piece. And then just work it in there. Alright guys, that's it. We got a great bond, I think, all the way around. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so we're gonna work away at this, and we're gonna see how it evolves. Right there guys, you can see I got up. What I went and got was it's very similar to a dental tool like pick. I got that just to help me get the sand and the glue worked down into some of the tighter spots, so you might want to add that into a tool you may need while doing this. You can see I'm using a pencil there too. But yeah, sometimes it can be difficult to get your fingers into certain areas, so you might need a little tool like that to get that glue and sand worked into the spot you're working on. As you can see, it's really starting to take some shape now. It's starting to look like something. Not sure what, but it's coming together, and I'm really liking it. So the goal here for me, guys, isn't to fill the tank with rock. I'm actually looking for an aquascape that's going to give me a lot of neutral space in the tank. That's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. You'll also see here that I have some of the 2-part epoxy putty That's just because the one or two pieces I added to the rock work here, I couldn't get it to hold in place long enough for the glue and sand, or glue and Marco rubble, to adhere. So all I did was added a small piece of the 2-part epoxy with a little bit of super glue on it to hold it in place, and then that epoxy was covered with the sand and glue method. Well, I don't know, I think this is where we're gonna leave it. I'll get it put in the tank and then we'll have a look at it. Alright guys, so there it is in the tank. I don't know, tell me what you think. I wanted to have a lot of negative space, so I think this will do it. Alright guys, so there you have it. So you can take some big chunks of Marco rock like this and turn it into a beautiful aquascape. This is episode number 2 of the JBJ Nano Cube, and make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode comes out, which will be getting water into the system and starting the cycling process. I'd like to thank all you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and until the next time, make sure you take care and happy reefing.